So, I have a Rainbow Six Siege video today. It's nice to come back to one of my favorite games, and actually, this year has been really great for me when it comes to first-person shooters. I'm really enjoying Rainbow Six Siege, kind of sort of like I used to enjoy, and I know that there's going to be a lot of hate. If I had a million subscribers, three quarters of the people would probably be like, "You're a dick." For saying this, and I really actually enjoyed Ghost Recon Future Soldier, which is a really old game, but for some odd reason that I cannot explain, that was one of the games that I had like a 3.7 KD ratio, and I just did really good. I enjoyed myself. I had a completely different gamer tag, and I never did. That was like years and years and years ago. So this was way before I was doing YouTube. But I mean, if I started back then and actually did videos of that, you guys would be like, "Damn, dude." I was always like on top of the team, always in the top three. There was never a time where I was doing bad. I mean, maybe the first like week that I started playing the game, but after that, after I got used to the maps, got used to the equipment and the weapons, and it's a third-person shooter, so it was completely different. I destroyed people. That was like one of my favorite fucking games, and that was like, for me, it was like an iconic moment for gaming in general, just for shooters in general. So, and Rainbow Six Siege kind of filled that gap, that missing gap of, I like tactical shooters. I've always had like tactical shooters where, you have to be a little bit more intricate and a little bit more precise, and you can actually see that I have moments of real potato aim, but I still fucking managed to come on top, and I actually did quite well. I joined late. The team that I was playing with, they were already behind, and we managed to get a comeback victory, which doesn't happen often, and it was such a nice thing to be able to come back and actually do well. And I had moments where I really like just kind of said fuck it. I winged it, just went in for the kill and fucking did well, and I was really proud of myself. It was almost like I had that moment of courage and wasn't afraid to just take a risk. Even though taking a risk, especially when you're it's tied 2-2 on casual or filthy casual. I guess some people call it filthy casual. But I'm not like a pro gamer, so I can't call it filthy casual because I just play casually just for fun, right? But yeah, I fucking there's some instances in there where I just kind of rush in and just pick off players and I did quite well. I didn't get that many kills, but because I joined late and I was just like I said, I was having fun, and it was a good fucking day. It was good. Like it was a good game. So I had fun, and I was testing out the new updates for Rainbow Six Siege, which came out June 20th. I don't have the patch notes. Obviously, the hit detection is the number one thing here, and that's probably the most crucial thing. Yes, there is a significant difference. It's not so big for me. But I have to be a little bit more precise, so I feel like I have to go a little turn it down the dial just like a one or two clicks, on speed and how I move and maneuver across the map. But besides that, my aim is not complete shit, but I still have to work on it. So you have to be a little bit more patient, I guess now, based on the hit detection that they have implemented in the game. And when it comes to the one step matchmaking, I have to say that sometimes it works where it's pretty much like, anywhere between 3 or 4 seconds to like maybe 15, 20 seconds, and then you get a game. But there are instances, and I think it depends on your connection, or depends on the time of the day or something like that, or internet traffic for that day. If it has high traffic, high traffic on the internet, usually you will join a game instantly. Sometimes there's less traffic on the internet. I'm guessing that it might be, sometimes it said like 38 seconds is, the max time where I should get a game, right? But then I'm looking and it's like a minute and a half, and I'm like, I still haven't gotten a game. So you'll leave, you'll try again. Sometimes it takes 2-3 tries, exiting matchmaking and going back in for you to acquire a game. And a lot of times, kind of like in Call of Duty, you will, for the most part, join a game where that has already been, it's already in progress. Like this particular game was already in progress, and it was almost over. So it's kind of, in a way that's kind of good and bad, I guess. When it comes to I use Blitz. Blitz is awesome. Now you can actually use him. He's a little bit more efficient. In general, I haven't had a chance to use Glass, so because I know that he had a nerf. And I will be using IQ because I really haven't had a chance to use her. Apparently, she's got a patch either coming or already has come out. I don't know. But beyond that, I think it's a little bit, you have to get used to it a little bit. So that, I mean, that's the only real thing. You have to get used to the hit detection, and that's probably like the most the most important part, or most important aspect of this patch, is to get used to the hit detection, which is a good thing. I'm glad that there is a better hit detection. I did notice a difference where I have to be more precise. I can't be as lazy with my aim, and you have to have a lot more patience. So that's the number one thing really for me, expressing in the commentary about Rainbow Six Siege, is the hit detection, because that was the most important thing, because that can ultimately alter and completely change the game and how you actually approach and how you play and everything. So that's always cool. I'm looking forward to the new map and the new operators later, I think next month or in a month or two or whatever. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think it's in like August or something. So I'm really excuse me for the coughing. I always cough in the morning. I don't know why. But really looking forward to that. So I got like 10 minutes of gameplay. There's only like a small, moment within the video where it's kind of boring. I do apologize for that. I didn't want to cut it because I thought, having a raw footage and just a raw gameplay without like a bunch of editing, I think that would be like, ultimately that's a good thing. I started working on an intro, and I think I might actually throw that up into, like, I would have to actually take the time to export it, which I might not do it for this video, but the next video I actually might put in my intro. I already started making it. I'm about 70% done with it. I just want to kind of, add a little bit more into it, and very soon here I will have an official intro. I will be starting to work on an outro as well today, so I'm really excited. In other gaming news, I don't know what else. If I was to talk about Call of Duty, I think it'll be kind of inappropriate. So really, there's nothing really else to say. I just had a really good game, and ultimately, like, once you start like showing your team that I want to win, people actually start communicating and talking a little bit. So I heard somebody respond to something. And like basically he understood, like what I was saying. I said something, blah blah blah, and they're like, yeah, cool, awesome. So there was somewhat of communication, and especially since like I really wanted to win. I like having comeback victories. Probably had about 2 other ones besides this one. That doesn't happen often, but having those is awesome. I mean, flawless victories, those happen a lot. You just get lucky enough to have a good team, and the other team sucks, and so it works out nicely. And for comeback victories, that doesn't usually happen. And once you're losing, usually the percentage or the rate for that is, for me at least, I will lose a lot. The next other thing that I really wanted to talk about, I'm getting really close to getting 90,000 renown, and that's what I'm working for, is to get that like diamond or gem camo or whatever the fuck it's called. So I'm really also like strongly looking forward to that. I'm sitting right now at 73,532. So, a couple more days, probably somewhere by the end of next week, I will have a video with me buying that, spending 90,000 renown on some fucking camouflage, which would be sweet unless they change something, which I doubt, but that'd be something interesting. And it's a universal skin, so you can put it on any weapon. So now my weapons will look shiny and nice and kind of all that kind of stuff. So I'm kind of excited for that, but I've been kicking ass on that aspect, so I've been really saving and not really spending. I spent a little bit on one of the operators. I didn't have the proper sights that I wanted on it on him, and so I spent some renown doing that, but it was like less than 1,000, so I spent like 500. But anywho, I'm the Mitten. That's pretty much all I got to say about Rainbow Six Siege. I do like what they did with the hit detection. I think it's interesting. It did change the game, but not too much. It's not too significant. So I try to tell people, don't freak out about it. It's not that bad. It's actually a good thing. It makes you, teaches you patience, which is a good thing, and it also teaches you, to be more precise with your aim, and that's really good. And on the level of tactical shooters, which I've always loved, that's like a key thing. But anywho, I'm the Mitten. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you enjoyed the commentary. Have yourself a wonderful day. If you like the video, like the commentary, definitely leave me a like. Definitely leave me a comment. That's the number one thing. Leave me a comment and subscribe and hit that bell. That's all I gotta say. Peace.